I don't know, man. These guys are just what I call meat missiles. They are fire and forget. By God, I think I found it. Oh boy, here I go killing again. Hey everybody, welcome back to the warbossfitz channel. Today, by request, it is going to be Blessed Sisters versus the Jackals. There have been people that have said the Blessed Sisters still seem like the worst changes that have happened in 3.6, but I disagree. We are going to see how they do with a full shooting list. There is no melee in this army fighting against the Jackals, which this Jackal list is an army that I have mocked up for a tournament that I have in November. Now, I know things will change before now to then, but I like to have stuff kind of just waiting in the wings. First, let's go over the Jackal army. First units in the Jackal army, we have 3 units of Stalkers, all armed with dual hand weapons, and they're all being led by veterans, armed with claw gauntlets, satellite backpacks for repel ambushers, and giving their squads precision fighter aura for +1 to hit. Next, we have 2 units of 10 hounds. They don't have scouts anymore, but we have given them fast, furious, and their melee weapons have disintegrate. That ignores regeneration, and when attacking units where most models have toughness 3 or higher, this weapon gets AP 2. It is like Melee Slayer that also ignores regeneration. We have a unit of 10 vultures, all armed with claw gauntlets and scrap pistols, being led by an elite veteran with an energy pistol and a goad spear, also giving the vultures the precision fighter aura. And then in the back, I wanted to bring this because I think the model is so good looking. We have a long neck. That's right, I'm putting a Titan on the board. Toughness 18, fear of 3, fearless with a 3-shot heavy rail cannon for AP 3, deadly 6, and unstoppable. I couldn't pass it up. Along with a fearsome roar to give out a morale debuff. Now let's look at the sisters. For the Blessed Sisters, we have 2 squads of 10 warrior sisters, armed with battle rifles, 2 fusion rifles, and medical training for regeneration in each one. Then we have 2 squads of 10 Vanguard Sisters armed with shotguns, being led by High Sisters with burst shotguns and devout boost aura. 10 Pistolier Sisters armed with 8 dual pistols and 2 dual burst plasma pistols, their numbers being bolstered by the Sisters of Sigmar back there. A unit of 6 Support Sisters with heavy fusion rifles inside of an APC. Our board for today, we have left the cityscape and moved into the woods. All of the patches with trees and bushes on them are going to count as woods. You're going to be able to see into and out of, but you cannot see through, and they count as difficult terrain moving through them. I have a feeling that the Jackals will thrive in this area because their entire army has Strider. But of course, being Grimdark Future, we had to have some kind of building out here, so I'm assuming this is like a way station with a generator attached to it. And for deployment, we are using side battle, so a little bit different than our normal 12-inch in on each side. And for objectives, the Jackals won the roll-off. They put 2 of them inside of difficult terrain, and the Sisters put 1 on the side of the building. So this is another solo play game today, but I am genuinely interested in how this one is going to turn out. Dice have been rolled. Jackal's going to get to deploy and go first. I'll be back after they set up. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more analytical in this game than I was in the last one. So I will try to explain my decisions as I make them. So for deployment with the Jackals, the long neck, boom, right in the middle. He don't, long neck don't care. He's big, he's tough, he's hanging out there. We have a unit of Stalkers hiding behind that piece of terrain. I mean, it's not perfect cover, but it is what it is. This unit of dogs crammed all the way in the corner. They're going to make a mad dash for that objective. This unit of Jackals in the middle, this unit of Stalkers, they were going to be protected behind line of sight blocking terrain, but we'll get to that in a minute. We got a unit of dogs, again, making a mad dash. These guys are just what I call meat missiles. They are fire and forget. If they come back, cool. If they don't, they did their job. And then this unit of Stalkers over here would have been, again, hiding against this piece of line of sight blocking terrain, and the vultures are in ambush. So I said would have been in line of sight blocking terrain behind the woods, but because we have scouting sisters with our vanguard, they pushed forward to 1, threaten objectives, and 2, get to a spot where they can see through this and they can see into there. And if they move, they have the angle to fire over there. Then we have this unit of sisters back here, our long-range squad deployed on the line. Again, not much. They can maybe fire at the dogs. This unit of Vanguard pushed up right in the middle. They are in a great position to threaten everywhere at once. But they only have 12-inch range on their guns, so nothing is going to be in range unless they move. Then we have over here our APC hiding, hiding from the long neck with the girls inside. This unit of sisters have deployed here to cover that objective, fight the dogs for it. And then we have our unit of pistoliers, or pistol sisters, in ambush. Turn number 1 goes to Jackals. Again, I'm just interested to see what happens here. And as far as terrain, I'm like, man, I feel like I didn't put enough terrain on the board now that those scouting sisters are able to just push up. But as far as like official tournaments go, this is about what you're going to see. Most of the time you see me put way more terrain on the board. That's just because I like to be different. All right, turn number 1. Here we go. So here we go. Analytical time. This unit of dogs, I want to activate them first. I have measured it. They are technically in charge range. 1 dog can reach that one with the green base over there. But I feel like that's a waste. What we are going to do with them is we are going to make them into a catch-22 squad. So we are going to move somewhere up in this area. And whichever sister unit engages the dogs pretty much will guarantee that unit of stalkers is going to be able to make it there. It's either going to be this one or this one. I don't know. They're not going to be able to charge on turn 1 unless these squads move forward for some reason. But if they do, the stalkers will be able to get them. So let's go ahead and move those. Now we have moved them to there. Why do we move them to there instead of over there? Well, because that's sister squad. We don't want them engaging the dogs to make the choice for which one of those Vanguard sister squads is going to engage the dogs. Just kind of, they wouldn't need to make that choice. That sister squad back there would fire at the dogs. So that's going to be it. No charging. Time for the sisters. So analysis time. This over here does not need to move. Neither of those squads want to move. The APC really doesn't want to move because of the long neck just covering that whole area. So that means that we got to look at these 3 squads over here. That one, I mean, they're kind of protected right now. That those stalkers can't get to them, and when they do engage, it's going to be the dogs. This squad back here can currently see nothing. So we're going to go ahead and activate this one. So they have moved forward to the edge of that terrain to possibly get a cover save if they need it, if they get shot at. I don't know if it'll help if that thing shoots at them, but then they're going to fire at that unit of stalkers. So the Vanguard sister is going to have 20 shots hitting on a 4. The High sister has 4 shots with a burst shotgun hitting on a 4. With Devout Boost, it doesn't matter that they moved. They're still going to get exploding 6s. Alright, so let's pick out the misses. A pretty good roll. We got 13 hits plus 5 6s, giving us a total of 18 hits at AP1. Stalkers save on a 5. They're out in the open. AP1 puts them to a 6. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A group of 6s. 6 saves. So 3, 5, 10, 12. They knocked down all of them except for the leader, who has 1 wound left. Morale test for him on a 5. He's going to be stunned. So all of these go. Our dude is down to 1 wound and stunned. So that choice has been made. Let's look over here. Over here, the only one that's in real danger are these dogs, because those sisters do have 24-inch range. So we're going to move the dogs. So the dogs have decided to hide themselves behind that line of sight blocking terrain, because there's nothing over there. Ignore the sheets. I got sheets everywhere. There's really nothing over here that can shoot at them except for that sister squad. I mean, that's quite a ways. We'll just deal with that. Next, to activate. Again, we're not going to activate this over here. I think the Jackals have more activation, so that APC is going to have to come out to play before that guy activates. So we'll see. We're going to go ahead and activate this squad over here. And yes, if they move, they are going to be able to get in range of those dogs. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and leave the camera running on this, because the question is, or what I've been seeing is that if your army-wide rule is to hold in charge, why would you move if you have that rule, because it just makes your army worse, yada, yada, yada. Or new players would be like, I want to use that rule on top of anything else. Because in a situation like this, if these sisters didn't move, they would not have gotten in range of those dogs over there. So the question at that point becomes, do you stand still or do you move and shoot even though you don't get your exploding 6? Is shooting better than not shooting? Denied at 5. So obviously at this range, fusion rifles aren't coming into the equation, so they're going to fire 8 battle rifles, AP nothing, hitting on a 4. 6s don't... Man, listen, I roll ridiculously good when I do these single-player games. I am not... This is not edited. This is just me throwing the dice as they come. So we got 1 miss, so 7 hits, and this is AP nothing. The dogs save on a 5. I wish I could roll good on the saves, so there goes 6 dogs. They're going to need to make a morale test. On a 5. No, they're stunned as well. So 3, 6, 6. We'll take these 3, and then they're stunned. So from this perspective over here, that is pretty much all the teeth that they're going to have over there. That sister squad hasn't activated yet. The dogs are definitely taking their attention, but we don't want to give them another target by bringing that forward. So we're going to come over here. We're going to activate this squad next. That is going to put that squad of stalkers definitely threatening the center. Yeah, I was just going through the math. The sisters have 1, 2, not counting the ones inside, 3 left to activate. And the Jackals have 1, 2, 3 left to activate. And the Jackals technically go first. So that means I think the sisters... we'll see. The sisters might go first. I don't know. I think my brain has got kind of scrambled on the order because I'm trying to think of 2 armies at once. We're going to go ahead. We're going to activate this squad of sisters over here. They have no targets. Let's go sit on an objective. There they go. That one will definitely be held by them at the end of the turn. Jackals, we're going to activate this guy. He is unstunned. Oh, so the ABC does have to come out to play because next the sisters are going to activate this to try to hold them, but then the Jackals have that one. So the sisters are going to activate here. They're just going to move forward a little bit to there. And they're not really afraid to move forward because it doesn't really matter how much they wiggle. If they're going to shoot at all, those stalkers over in the corner over there are going to catch them regardless next turn. So they're just going to shoot these dogs. Same as the last unit of sisters, 24 shots, 6s explode, AP 1 on a 4. Again, a really good amount of hits, plus the 6s. That many more hits. The dogs are in the woods, but not half of them are in the woods, so they're not going to get cover, saving on a 6. Yeah, it's a bunch of dead dogs. Man, I'm going to have to call the ASPCA. Freaking Sarah McLachlan's going to have to make a commercial. There go all the dogs. Oh, no. Next activation for the Jackals is definitely going to be these stalkers. Pulling themselves up to the front. Again, those sisters are going to be in charge range next turn. So now we got this APC left against the long neck. We are going to be cheeky. We're going to say the squad inside is going to hold. Yeah, they're going to hold. They're not going to be able to shoot this turn and get out, but they are going to cause, well, they're going to allow that APC to live because that thing would rip it in half. So that being the case, the long neck is going to move forward, and then it is going to put a morale debuff on this squad over here. And it's going to take its 3 massive shots, because from the base, you can see around that, 3 massive shots into that squad. All right, so there's overkill, and then there's this. 3 shots, AP 3, deadly 6, and unstoppable, hitting on a 4. We got 2 hits, saving on a 6, but because of Scrapper, they're going to have to re-roll it. It doesn't matter. That's 2 really dead sisters. Even though they have regeneration, unstoppable just kind of ignores that. So 2 of the sisters are very dead. The rest of the squad probably has tinnitus, and they continue to have the -1 morale because it hasn't, like a morale check hasn't triggered yet. So the next time they would, it's going to be -1. So the sisters APC is the last activation on the board. It didn't die. That's a plus. It's got fast and striders, so it's going to be cheeky. We're going right at the middle. It's going to put itself right there. So next turn, maybe its sisters are going to get out. We have some choices to make, along with ambushers to bring down. Jackals are going to get to go first, so they get to put down their ambushers first. So the Jackals brought in the vultures, and they brought in the vultures right there. Why? Again, analytic time. Why did they bring the vultures in right there? One, they're going to be in charge range to threaten that squad. They get to go first next turn, and we got some questions to answer. If I had put the vultures over here, they probably would have got shot to piss. If I'd have put the vultures over here, again, they probably would have got shot to piss, either from that squad if I didn't activate over here first, or that squad, because then they can also move 6 inches to go into there to also shoot if that squad gets killed. So I figured over here is a pretty good choice. Now it's time for the sisters. So the unit of Pistoliers, they want to drop in to support this position over here, actually this whole half the board. And they had to drop that far back because repel ambushers, repel ambushers, and repel ambushers. So they are 12 inches from every enemy unit over here. So we will have to see what they're going to be able to engage. They're probably going to have to move before they start shooting stuff. Is the 3.6 beta getting you down? Well, maybe you could check out Warfleets. And if you check out Warfleets, go see my friend over at PrintedStarships.com. At PrintedStarships.com, he has a whole lot more than just spaceships. He's expanded his catalog in 6, 15, and 28 millimeter, including Station Forge, and now including Papsicle. If you use the link down in the description below, you get 20% off at checkout. Again, that's PrintedStarships.com. A lot more than just spaceships. Okay, time to start turn 2 proper. And again, analytic time. So obviously, we all want the long neck to pop the APC. That is kind of a foregone conclusion. And if he doesn't, immediately that squad's going to pop out and shoot at him. He's got a lot of wounds. They could miss. They don't get their devouts when they hop out because they do move. So that, believe it or not, that is not a priority this turn, or this first activation. First priority, I think, like that squad could charge there, that squad could charge over there, or the vultures can charge that squad of sisters. So hear me out. They're going to have 10 shots total if they move. These squads over here have 24 when they stand still. So we have to remove one of those squads. If we charge from there to there, that gives them a better ability to take them on. But if we charge over here, we're actually going to be moving outside of the range of those sisters if they don't move. So our first charge is going to be here. I know some people think I'm a dumb orc, but I do put quite a lot of thinking into this game. Let's see what happens. So let's start with the Stalkers. 2 attacks apiece, normally hitting on a 4, but because the veteran has the Precision Fighter aura, they're going to be hitting on a 3. They also have Furious and Dodge if any of the sisters live through this. So let's see, hitting on a 3, 6s explode. So 13 hits plus the 2 6s put us at 15. This is AP nothing. So the Vanguard sisters save on a 4. The Jackals have Scrapper, which means they have to re-roll their 6s. Alright, I'm going to pull out the 4s and 5s. Actually, there are no 6s, so... Oh, that was not a 6. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right there. Now the veteran, he only hits on a 5, but with Precision Fighter, he hits on a 4. Pistol, that's a miss. Then he's got 3 attacks with Claw Gauntlet, AP2. Okay, he does not have Furious, so that's just 2 hits at AP2, saving on a 6. Reroll the 6 because he has Scrapper. The whole army does. There's another 2. All 10 of the Vanguard sisters are down. It is just the High Sister left. In melee, she kind of sucks. 1 attack hitting on a 4. Hitting on a 5 because they have dodge. Either way, it's a whiff. So morale test for that Vanguard sister, or the High Sister, she passes. Oh boy, here I go killing again. So that's how that ends up with just the High Sister hanging out. So let's look from the sister's perspective. This over here, that could have gone better. But they have that unit back there. They don't want to activate yet. Honestly, the only question is, do we try to take out the long neck now? Or do we wait in activation, do something else, potentially wipe out a squad, but then the long neck, if it does fire, it will most definitely kill that APC. And the squad inside, they're going to have to take a dangerous terrain and be stunned. You know what? Okay, here's my thinking. Even if that thing blows up the APC, that thing's only got 3 shots, and it's giant. It can only contest 1 objective. So this is me changing thoughts, changing gears as the game goes on. We are going to activate one of the sister squads, and I want to activate this squad here, because this squad over here with the vultures, they got cover, they're AP nothing, potentially. The vultures, I think they have a better, the vultures have a better defense, so they're going to be saving on a 3. I don't want to waste an activation over there. What I know this is going to work. So that squad of sisters there is going to shoot at that squad of stalkers. So we're all in range. 24 shots, hitting on a 4. Oh, man, with the 6s. So we got 13 hits. 7 of those are 6s, so it goes to 20 hits at AP1. Saving on a 6. 17 wounds? So this squad dead. DED dead. I think I made the right decision there. Now, from the Jackals' perspective, again, I'm not that scared of the sisters coming out of there. I know that this guy will at least take 1 round of shooting before he goes down, or at least that's what I'm telling myself in my mind. So we got more pressing matters. This squad of vultures charging over there, I think, will be a better overall choice. Now, because this unit does have crossing attack and the flying, we could do some little weird stuff here. So this just might be my interpretation of the rules. Some people say that you could use crossing attack whenever you charge. I like to say, I read it as written that you have to move over top of a unit. And in this case, we had 6 of them that moved over top of the unit. They're actually intertwined in the unit. So if any survive, this is going to be real weird to see how things got to move. But 6 of them, 5 vultures plus the leader over here with his 1 wing, they're going to get the crossing attacks before they actually fight. So for crossing attacks, we're fishing for 6s, so it's not all that crazy. We got 5 vultures plus the veteran with them whose crossing attack is 3. So we're 8 dice looking for a 6. There's 2. Now these girls have regeneration. They're only going to take 1. Starting off with the regular attacks. For the vultures, we're going to start with their pistols. Normally hit on a 4. Precision fighter on the elite veteran with them, so they're going to be hitting on a 3. They are not furious, so that is going to be 6 hits, AP nothing, saving on a 4. They save 2, and then regeneration on those. They're going to take 2 more. Now we have the claw gauntlets, hitting on a 3. Okay, that many misses, nice grouped up. 6 hits, these are AP 2, saving on a 6. Re-roll the 6 because scrapper. I might have missed that in the last one, but yeah. So there is 6 more down. Wait, no. There is 6 more regenerations. So they save 1 of those. So there's another 5. And then we have the elite veteran. Pistol. That's a miss. And then he has a goad spear. It's got disintegrate. Doesn't matter in this case. Hitting on a 3. 2 hits. Saving on a 4. Re-roll the 6. 2 more. And with those 2, there's 10. That's exactly what they needed to kill the squad. So now I get to untangle this mess the easy way and just pull all the sisters. There we go. Even though they have wiped the squad, they do not hold that objective because they ambushed in this turn. It is the sisters' turn, and I think it's time. The support sisters have hopped out, and they are going to heavy fusion blast the big guy. Support sisters hitting on a 4. Okay, they hit 5 out of the 6 shots. Cool. The long neck saving on a 6. Ooh, it saves 2 of them, so it takes 9. That takes it right to half. Morale test for the long neck on a 4. It's stunned. So long neck goes down to 9, and it is stunned. Why are you picking on my big boy? So for Jackals, what do we got left? We got this squad over here that's stunned, a big guy that's stunned, and then that Single dude. So single dude, I mean, he could charge there and try to force a morale test if he wins. If he wins combat, maybe. Or we could just recover one of these two. What do they got? They have the Pistolier Sisters left. They have that unit of sisters back there and the APC. We're gonna unstun this. Just in the off-ball chance. Well, off-ball chance. It's me. I know. I would charge the APC there as soon as it has the opportunity. So Pistol Sisters, they no longer need to help over here. So they are going to see how far they can get over here and what is going to be in range of that squad. All right, so they have moved to there. I'm going to go ahead and put the tape down so that we can get a good accurate measurement. Here is 12 inches from the closest Jackal, and that is everyone except for one. That one in the far back that is not on camera. That one right there is not in range. Everybody else is, though. If the Jackals had just wiped that squad, they could have moved 3 more inches and been out of range. But here is all of the pistols hitting on a 4. All right. So we got that many hits. These are AP nothing. Because of the cover, the Jackal's going to save on a 4. They lose 1, 2, 3 still. Okay. And then we have 2 Plasma Pistol Sisters. And in this version of the beta, the Plasma Pistols have 4 shots apiece. So it's 8 shots hitting on a 4. Okay. That many hits. These are going to be AP2, so this goes right to a 6 for 1. So it is going to be 6, 9 wounds. Morale test for the Jackal. They're good. So this over here has become interesting. We're going to save 1 dude plus the leader. So now all of a sudden the fight for this objective is pretty dang fierce. Next for the Jackals, Mr. Longneck. He is going to de-stunify himself. Then we're going to go to the sister squad back here. Maybe they could work some magic. So they have moved forward. They are now in line of sight of the Longneck. And we are just out of range with the fusion guns. So that means it's going to be just 6 rifles firing at the big guy. On a 4. 2 hits. Mr. Longneck saves on a 3. Yeah, he's good. Because those support sisters were so eager to get out and shoot and get into terrain, they have put themselves within 12 inches of our lone Jackal hero. So, Mr. Veteran, he's got 1 attack with his pistol. That misses. And then he's got 3 attacks with his claw gauntlet. He's hitting on a 4 because he still has precision fighter on himself. 2 hits. 2 at AP2. That's going to be 2 dead support sisters. Now they fight back on a 4. At least the remaining fight back on a 4. They get 3 hits. Veteran saves on a 5. They do 1, but that's going to be enough because he's already beat up. So take out 2 there, but then he unfortunately, bang, goes away. So the Jackals are done. The sisters got 1 more activation. Meet me, bang. We're going to charge them dogs with the APC. Unfortunately, we didn't put much into the APC. It's just got 2 attacks with overrun. Now, we could have shot. It may have been the better idea, but we could have shot. But if there's a dog left alive, I want it to break and run away. 2 hits. Vehicles now, their melee attacks have thrust. The impact has been replaced by thrust attacks. So it would have hit on a 3, but we got 2 hits. Because of thrust, these are AP1. Oh, they lose 1 dog. Okay. 3 attacks back from the dogs, hitting on a 5. Ooh, we got 2 hits. And disintegrates does matter here. These are going to be AP2. Saving on a 5. No! So, the APC loses combat. Okay then. Alright. Morale test. It's fine. So, 1 dog goes away, and then our APC is down to 4 wounds left. There we go. There's a nice flat spot. So that is the end of turn number 2. God, there's been so much death and destruction. It's only turn 2. We got vultures. The vultures left for the Jackals, the Longneck, and some dogs. And then the sisters, man, the sisters got a lot. Oh yeah, we got those stalkers over there as well. So Jackals get to go first on turn number 3. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's get to it. All right, another ad break, kind of. Hi, yeah. I'm running a tournament. Me and my friend Haven, who's a ranger from Kalamazoo, and we are running it on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the Small Business Saturday in Lansing, Michigan. So here is the flyer. We have more details coming. We have a Facebook group set up for it. That's in the description below, along with a link to all the stuff down in the description below. More details to come. We're going to be giving away a ton of prizes. It's going to be great. Hope to see you there. If you are in the Michigan, Ohio area, come check it out. Back to the game. So once again, let's look at the analytics of stuff. This squad over here, if they charge there, they might take her out or not. We've seen worse things happen. And they'll take that for a second, but then that squad could probably take them out. Right now that's contested. Over here, the sisters have this one. There's nothing like at this moment that I could do to take that away from them. Yeah. And then over here, these vultures, even though they're on the objective, they don't actually own it yet. So I think, what am I going to do? First activation. This sets the tone. Okay, because now they can't get through there. We are going to have the long neck do something. He's going to go crazy. The long neck is going to charge that unit support sisters. And now, why would you do that out of everything? That seems crazy. It seems like a waste. Well, kind of. He can't shoot them and kill them completely. But he charges them. He does have quite a bit of AP on his attacks. Potentially, he could wipe them out or make them run. That's his best chance for survival at the moment. Now, he is going to take a whole bunch of shotguns here, and he's going to take some fusion rifles over there. I mean, the vultures, the only real viable target they have right now is the APC. So, if they kill the APC, so what? Then those would have shot at him. So yes, this, in my mind, is the logical choice. Might not actually be logical, but that's what my mind tells me. Mr. Longneck has 6 attacks on a 4. Wow, okay, 1 hit. The dice are definitely favoring one army today. It's AP2. They gotta reroll a 6 because of Scrapper. Okay, so I killed one of them. They fight back, 3 attacks, 2 hits, saving on a 3 on the big guy. He's good. All right, so now, because that 1 died, it knocks them down to at least half. So, morale test for them, they're fine. So that may have sealed the fates of the Jackals. We'll have to wait and see. All right, analyst time for the Blessed Sisters. Over here, she's got 4 shots at AP1. Possibly could wipe him out. Maybe not. I mean, she does have Devout. Standing still. Could do it. Over here, I mean, they could shoot over there. But, I mean, they don't have to right this second. This squad, they're going to shoot the long neck because they don't have any other viable target. APC to there. Those guys to there. Let's start over here. Let's start with that one. 4 shots on a 4. Okay, or she can only hit 1 of them. Because the Jackal's in cover, he's saving on a 5. Okay, he fails. Morale test for that squad of Jackals. They're going to fail, so they're going to be stunned anyways. Alright, so the shooting wasn't that impressive, but this being stunned might make up for it. Jackal time. These vultures, as they charge there, yes, they could probably kill it, but they'll just make themselves a target for those squads. So we're going to go over here, and we are just going to de-stunify this guy. Blessed Sisters, we're going to let her cook over here. What we are going to do is this squad here, it's going to jump this direction and then fire at the long neck. I take that back. They are 18 inches away, so that means that one of them will get to shoot. So let's, we'll just have them move forward, and then they'll fire at that Jackal that's over there on the objective. So they're going to move to there. They're going to fire over here. They're all within 12, and this way, next turn, because we do go to turn 4, hopefully, they will be able to move and engage the long neck in case it survives the deluge of crap going on over there. But this first, we're going to go right for the plasma pistols. Why not? Hitting on a 4, Jesus. Okay, the dice like sisters. What can I say? Yeah, he did. Next to activate, we're going to activate the dogs for the Jackals, and they are going to run round over here, and they're going to end up within 3 inches of the objective. We got to be 1 inch away from them. Ta-da. We're going to go like that. You can't see it on camera. We're going to go like that, so that when the Jackals move off, or the Vultures move off, the dogs are going to take it. So the support sisters are still kind of in disbelief that they survived that charge. They're going to fire at the long neck. Let's see what happens. So they're standing still this time, so they get devout. Plus, they also have relentless, meaning that's an extra hit on a 6. The dice have been good to the sisters so far. Let's see what happens. Well, it's 3 hits at least. Saving on a 6. Oh, it's down to 3 ones. Morale test. It's good. So down to 3 on the chunky boy. So all the Jackals have left is the Vultures. So in a perfect world, the Vultures will charge the APC and kill it, and then be able to weather the storm from those squads. I don't really see that happening, and I don't really see a way for them to affect the game if they hide this turn, because they are going to want to try to get to the middle, because the sisters have that one unequivocally, end of story, that's theirs. So we're fighting over these two. Jackals probably going to keep this one because there's nothing that, well, I mean, only the APC, unless they kill it, could come over to threaten that. Okay, so the Vultures have to kill that APC, survive the onslaught, and then do something to get on that objective at the end of 4. All right, let's do the jumpy. All right, so there's the charge. So let's start off 10 attacks, AP nothing. Putting on a 3 because of Precision Fighter. We got 9 hits, saving on a 3 from the APC. Come on, 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's if the APC. By God, I think I found it. The APC gets all blown up, and then the Vultures get to move 3, putting themselves there. So that means that line of sight, because those support sisters are there, that squad, they're going to have to move back to shoot some of them here. And they're going to have to weather that squad. But possibly. Let's go ahead and do the Vanguard sisters first. You know what? Never mind. 6 inches is more than I thought it was. That we can see all of them through there, cutting past the support sister squad. They're going to get cover, though, because we can't see all of them, and everything else is... I'm going to give them cover. I'm magnanimous in my decisions. They're going to get covered. So here we go. 24 shots, hitting on a 4. With devout boost, so 6 is double. Wow, not nearly as good as normal. Only 1 4. The rest were 5s and 6s, but we do have 3 6s in there for that many hits. Because of the cover save, they're saving on a 4. Okay, I saved 2. 2 of them. Oh, Lord. That kills 10. Just straight killing 10 of them. Morale test for our elite veteran on a 4. He's stunned. I mean, even in this case, the furthest out sister can see the furthest member of the squad. So okay. Leaving my one guy with 1 wing, and he's stunned. Leaving that sister squad in the back. So they moved up, not because the battle rifles needed to be moved up to be in range of that guy, but because the fusion guns are now in range of this guy. Oop, focus. He's so big the camera doesn't focus on him. Oh no. 6 shots of that veteran elite Vulture. It'll be 3 hits. AP nothing, saving on a 4. Oh, he takes 1. Can't be stunned any harder. And then 2 fusion shots at the long neck on a 4. 1 hit. Saving on a 6. No. So little dude's down to 2, but then Mr. Tubby. Oh no! Why you gotta hurt my friend? He's so cute looking. Look at him. Why you gotta hurt my friend? So that was the last activation of turn number 3. For turn number 4, we got some dogs, and then this guy's stunned. He can't do anything. So we're gonna go ahead and call it there. The sisters, they're definitely gonna take it 2-1 because none of them can physically make it over here to get on that objective, even if they ended up killing the dogs somehow. So that is my last word for the 3.5 closed beta hold and charge army rules. It works. It just straight works. That's all I can say. It just straight works. So hopefully, including my little analytical thoughts as the game went on, like give you a little bit of insight on how I think about things whenever I do a single, like a solo play game. I really, at the end of the day, I don't care which army wins. I just want to see what the rules do. I want the dice to decide, and today it seemed like the dice were really on the sisters' side, but even if they had average or maybe even below average dice, look at what is left on the board. There is half of the sisters' army still left on the board, and the Jackals are all but tabled. Now, I'm going to hear some people say the terrain was definitely in the sisters' favor with all them open sight lines. It really wasn't. There was lots of line of sight blocking stuff. The woods, they just happened to have the scouting to get in there to kind of nullify that. And like I said at the beginning, I've seen some tournament tables that have far less than what is on this board. So that is going to do it for me out here in the garage tonight. Do not expect much beta stuff over the next month before we go into the open beta, and then we can have fun with everybody complaining about everything. So I'll do more test games then. But for the next month, I'm going to drift a little bit. We're going to do some war fleets. I haven't done war fleets in a while. We're going to do another game of turnip. I still have to finish painting up my Doom 1490 castle to have ourselves a game of that. In case you guys didn't know, I also have a live channel, warbossfitz Live, where on Mondays, me and a couple friends of mine, we hang out on Discord, we paint, we go through chats, we do some hobby stuff. And then on Thursdays, me and Uncle C throw down here in the garage with whatever army he wants to that week. So check that out. Make sure to check out our sponsors as well. We have a PrintedStarships.com and Corvus Terrain. We have discount codes for both of those down in the description below. And we are running a tournament the Saturday after Thanksgiving in Lansing, Michigan. It is a physical tournament that you're going to be there to roll dice. It's not a TTS tournament. We're going to be there throwing dice, having fun. There's going to be a ton of prizes, absolute ton of prizes. If you guys have ever been to a tournament of mine, I give away the kitchen sink. I throw stuff at people all day long. Go, here, you have this and you have this. It's going to be a great time. So if you are in or around the Lansing, Michigan area, come check it out. I got links to that down in the description below, as well as links on the Discord channel to go check that out. Me and Haven, the ranger from Kalamazoo, are going to be the ones running it. It's going to be a ton of fun. Hope to see you guys there. I think that's it. I think I covered all my bases. Yeah. So that'll do it for me tonight, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. We'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.